Okay, how do I get that live stream banner off? Banners. I don't want any banners. Settings. Settings. General camera audio. No banners. Settings. I want to remove that. Private chat. Brand. StreamYard overlay. No. Show. Can I show that? No, don't want to show that. How about one of these oldies, eh? How about one of these oldies? Here's this. Hold on a second. Can I show this? Yeah, look at that in the corner, eh? Look at that, eh? That's a while ago. It's a while ago. But how about the split universe? How can we get that bigger? I want to get that bigger. Can I put it here? Let me put it in the overlay. How can I show this? Right? I want to put that in the overlay. Can I get that in the overlay? What's that? Remove from stream, exit solo. What is that? No, I don't want to put that. I got this one. Man, I wish I put that in the overlay. Hold on a sec. Let me see if I can get that in the overlay. Just give me a second. Oh, this is fun. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Let's see if this one shows up. Oh, yeah, show this one over here. Check this one out. You know, this one was crazy. I couldn't understand. I found it online, you know. I was just reading this online. And anyways, you know, just let's take that one away, right? Let's show you what happens when you mirror. This is my bedroom piece of art. I've got that one in the corner. What else can we go and get for an overlay? Just having a little bit of fun right now. Yeah, that looks like fun. Here, this piece is some numbers from Tesla, right? See this piece from numbers from Tesla, and you can't see my hand, but if you look at D, okay, if you look at D, okay, D is 2, 5, and 8. Right? So we're missing 9, 1, 3, 4, 5. And what are these numbers? And you have to, I wish I can put myself in the screen right now. Can I divide the screen? No, I need to divide the screen between me and the picture. No, that's not working. So I can't divide the screen. I can't get half me, half the screen. What if I shared with me somewhere? Anyways, now we're going to go to A. Now, if you go to A and you look at the red 1 and 4 and 7, that is what that is the numeric value that is connected on your calculator, the ATM. They are 3 and 3 and 3. 1 and 3 is 4. 4 and 3 is 7. 7 and 3 is 1. So it's 333. Okay. The 369 is 333. The 147, it is above and below. The greatest distance is only 3, okay? But when you see it on your calculator, it just looks like one above the other, right? And the difference between 1, 4, and 7 is 5 and 6, right? I don't know why this is like this one. I think the numbers are wrong in A. It should say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, no, I went 3, 6, 9. Sorry, I switched it up. I forgot to mention this. Okay. Look at A again. I didn't explain this one, okay? So listen, if these triangles can move, or do the triangles stay in the same place, but the 3, 6, 9 will move together? The 1, 4, 7 will move together. The 2, 5, 8 will move together. In fact, if you take a look at design, it's the blue design next to G and H. There is a G and H green, and there's a G and H blue. Okay. I just want to go back over here. The reason they seem to be the Star of David on an angle is because I only used 6 of 9. I used the other angle for another 6 and 9. And if you notice, this is from the Tesla energy of some sort. All this stuff comes from. You notice they posted it as 396 altogether, then 639, and then 963. Understand, it's what can it be telling you? If it was a hieroglyph, you would say, well, it's because it rotates. First, the 3 is first, then the 6 is first, then the 9 is first. Then if you go over, I'd like to be able to, how can I show you this picture? I'm going to have a chance to show you this for about 8 seconds. Okay, check this out. Check what I'm going to do. Check what I'm going to do. Catch me if you can. Oh, in fact, I can put it in the back screen, so it doesn't matter. So I'm going to go back to my regular screen. I'm going to go back to my regular screen, and I'm going to show you this over here, what I'm talking about. This over here says 369. This over here, okay, hold on a second. I'm going to get it down here on my computer here. 1 second. Let me bring this here, paste from here. Okay, here it is. Okay, here it is. I'm going to show this to you. Okay, so this has nothing. I want to speak to you. I need to speak to you. First, you got to know who I am. If you can't trust me, if you want to trust me, does that mean I must be honest? I need to be honest in order for you to trust me. In between two. In between two. So now the word honest has a value. It has a letter value. We need to return this back to the matrix. I will get with this soon. I am not going to leave this. We are going to go slow today. There are hours and hundreds of hours. All we need to put this on is to the EDA. We have to put this on to the EDNA. RIFE. We have to understand the big C and the Mr. C. And the mystery. All these things that I put down here is something that I went through in my life. Could have been a trust fund. How things and where special words are found. Where words are found. What letters mean not North America and not through the sun, not DNA. Or not eDNA, tearing apart the cat. Morse code, also known as Morse. We can get that a little bit later. Richie Cunningham, Mr. C, the big C. You also have the big M. Their polarity, by the way. The big M and the big C, their polarity. And the thing about that, it's 3 and 13. We have to be aware what the difference is between separation of 9 and separation of 10. And it also has to be questioned. If you say, how much is it to get from 1 over to 10, okay, I would say it would be 9 plus 1 equals to 10. So the separation between here and here is how many? Well, it's 9, right? But it's not 9 because we already marked down the 1. We already marked down the point of position and the point of arrival. The real question is how much is in between. So you have 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have 8 numbers in between. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Those are all the numbers missing in here. But you can really never say 9, can you? Can you say 9? See all of these? They work out to 11, 11, 11, 11. So I like to work everything on 11 because it's in between 1 and 10. It's almost like if you want to look at things, I'm just showing you perspective. Understanding what ration is, what logic is, to understand what perspective is. Is it perspective? The rational logic equaling to perspective? Okay, so just showing you the situation. Here's the situation. Here's 1 and here's 10. It's what it's in between. How much does it take to get the 10? It takes 9, right? Because you're starting at 1, so you have the 1 already, and you need 9 more, and you have the 10. When you have the countdown, it's 10, 9, 8 over to 1, and it's blast off. But we only begin here. We begin at 2. We begin at 20. The blast off begins at 20. It's a countdown. It's a two-sided countdown. It's a two-sided countdown. I'm not really sure how it interjects with this because the top of the gateway, okay, is number 7. That's what the top of the gateway is. 6, 7, 6 is the top of the gateway. So if they start the countdown at 20, this combination, or the point of the pyramid, is number 19. Does anybody understand, or are you lost? I will help you, and I will get back to the matrix code, or a piece of the matrix code. Right now, today, I'm not doing any numbers. I'm doing something that's in my head that I want to write down for the future. I do these videos. I make them live because I might say something that might interest somebody. I might say something of some sort for some reason that somebody just might care about. Trying to understand, where does language go? Language goes as deep as the honest question. The H is the 8th letter. The O is the 15th letter. The N is the 14th letter. The E is the 5th letter. The S is the 19th letter. And the T is the 20th letter. Knowing that inside this word, there is also the word nest. So wherever I'm going to find a word in a word, it's going to do something deeper inside of that word. So I prefer to start with 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 letter words. Okay. Is there an alpha omega of a single letter word? There sure is. If you pick the letter C, okay, the reverse of this is X. The total is 27 and 21. That is their existence. If you tell me the D, which is the polarity of C, okay, this would be the W 27, and this would be 19 over here. The spirit is held in DW. The church, the spirit in DW, they are the polarity of where 21 is to 19. They both reflect something very, very similar, because on the peak of the pyramid, this would be the 21st letter, and that would be the U, and this would be the 19th letter, and it would be the S. So it proves a point right over here. All we have to do, hold on a second. I'm going to do this right now. I'm going to do this right now. Okay, and the reality is, hey, did you know that there was a refereeing how to play the game, and then there was the judge? So, yes, Gematria 7. Let me see if that's a good question. I never know how to write this stuff down. Judy, why is 7 good? So Gematria 7 calculator. Calculator. We gotta go up here and see if we can get this stuff. 7 value Gematria calculator. Look at that. Oh, that's just giving you the number 7. I don't want the number 7. And look at that. Look at that. 7 and 42, 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 7 and 42. Okay, and then we're going to give you the big number on this. Okay, that's for the number of searches. But I want to say something, Mighty Messer. I don't know where you are. I don't use your work. I have to bring out what you said, that work piece. I want to talk about it. And yes, I never use it. It takes a lot of work, and it's very, very good because I understand it. I think, anyways. Yeah. So this is what it is. You see, when you have the seventh gate over here, right? When you have the seventh gate, your closest way to the seventh gate is 2 times 4 equals to 8. 2 plus 4 equals to 6. The dividing of the seventh gate. Now remember, A, B, C, D is 10. Okay. A, B, C equals to 6. A, B, okay, equals to 3. And then you just have A1, right? 1, 3, 6, the laws of Moses. And we start all over again over here. So 1, 3, 6, 1. And then when we go, you know what happens? When we go A, B, C, D, E, it goes over to 15. Okay. And 15 becomes a 6. Just like this becomes a 1. And then when you add on A, B, C, D, E, F, okay, it equals to 21, which becomes a 3. So right away, I should just put this in order. I'm going to go first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. I'm going to do it here. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. I'm going to have to remember to do the matrix names. Okay, and whatever else I started before. Yes, the honest truth. Okay, and the colors. Yes, the colors, because of roulette. Sports. Okay, let's stick to 1. So here we had A, 1. We had A, B, 3. We had A, B, C, 6. We had A, B, C, D, 10/1. A, B, C, D, E, 15/6. We have A, B, C, D, E, F equals 21/3. Now remember, do you see this? This is not what it seems to be, or almost doesn't seem to be what it is. There's a whole game inside here, because we can rearrange these numbers if we feel like it. And one of the ways we can rearrange them is to format this. No matter which way we turn a 5, it's always going to be the same. No matter which way we turn a 1, it'll always be the same. No matter which way we turn the 4, it'll always be the same. So by looking at these 3 corners over here, okay, we already know that the 6, 3, and 2, when you turn them, they will always show something different. So you can tell the difference between 2, 3, and 6, but you cannot tell the difference between 1, 5, and 4. Otherwise, to stand the dice up this way is something else that's going on, but we'll talk about that story another time, because that's the story of the sun. Another thing is to stand the dice up this way. By standing the dice up this way, you are putting 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 on the inside. What is happening with 2, 4, 6, and 8? 2, 4, 6, and 8 are pointing out towards the corner. They become the half-life, because now they have to be joined with another cube here, and another cube here, and another cube that sits in the center. With that said, I'm going to go to one of my emails. Okay, thank you very much. And one of the things you have to look at is this piece of art over here. See this piece over here? 666. Do you see what's in between? Do you see that in between dividing line? Hopefully being, what is that dividing line? Is it equal to all, or is there a greater separation over here? Where is that 120 degrees? Is it larger here, the 120, than it is smaller over here? Where is the chalice of the cup? How should we actually be looking at these things? Are they hexagons or are they cubes? because I can create cubes into all of these. So let me see if I can copy the picture, go into my paint, and paste it. Oh yeah, I could. Look at that. I could. Okay, now I'm going to resize it. Don't forget, I do a smorgasbord here. There's a lot of stuff going on. When it comes into your mind, you try and remember it, right? You get it done. I'm going to take this, and I am going to show you that this, no, I don't want to do it that way. That's not the way to be done. That's not the way. You need to go from here to here to here to here to here to here. You can look at it this way, right? I don't know if I should have did that. Hold on a second. You're going to go from, I'm just going to use this line here. Here. This is the basic. This is the basic. You put that in there. Boom. So what is the Y letter? The Y letter is actually showing you the corner. Okay. And then we're going to want to see, I think there's a block up here. No, I don't think I can use the block. I can use this. Then I can come all the way around. You know, so we have to include our geometry, and through geometry we use numbers for measurements, and we can use the measurements out of thin air. You know, as long as you have that one stick, you know, we can use the measurements out of thin air, right? Just in the middle, as long as we have stability. So there's a lot of things we need in life, and having stability, the word stability is a word. So now you have 3 blocks, right? What was once the hexagon is now supposed to be 1 block. So I could have created this block a little bit different. I could have showed you a 1-dimensional block and just started out like that. Okay, but we showed you a hexagon. Did I have to show you the hexagon? Or could I have showed you the skull bones of the hexagon? But now this hexagon, whoop, sorry about that. And then we just put the cap up here and the cap down here. You see what my hexagon, right? If I do this properly, okay, it looks like it's going that way. How can I see the way it's going that way? See the angle that was created through this? See the angle on that one it's going down. You see the angle on this one is going down. The angle on that one is going that way or that way. The angle on this one is going that way, but all you had was one of these, right? So you actually got your 3/6. So your passage is your 3/6. That is your passage. Your passage is 3/6, and it makes sense because 3 and 6 is very special. 3 and 6 creates 18 and creates 0, 9. In fact, 69 is your rotation to the passage of this star over here. It creates 27. It creates 8 and 9. It creates 0 and 9. Again, continuous, because 0 times 9 is 0. 1 times 8 is 8. So this creates 80 and 99. So your roadway map in numbers is root 80, all zeros, which is a numeric value of 64, equals to 6. This mathematic will create this, the polarity. The word 1 is in polarity, and we can also go neo. Inside of 27, we have R18, E05, D04. 4 and 5, remember that, equals 9, and 18 equals to 27. The numeric value of creation of this, okay, is to create this, okay, is number 14. 1 times 4, 1 plus 4 creates 4 and 5. But 6 and 3 is what creates that number there. I'm just going to go on. Red. I'm going to put red. I'm going to put DER. I'm going to put it backwards, right? And we got neo. We got 1 neo. Then we have DNA. The 19. I got 3 things I'm working on here right now. Where 19 is created, it's created through number 13. I don't want to go there. Let me finish here. 99 is Jupiter. The reverse of 99 is 66. 66, 3 by 22, was recreated, okay, or it wasn't recreated, but there was a created bypass to 66, and that was root 80, the interstate, the intermediate, the in-between, the halfway point between 66 and 99, okay, between 66 and 99, 77, 66, so that would be 33, right? That 33, the Christ in between. So they put highway 80, but all zeros equal to 6. Here's your 6. 0 goes around there, the void, which covers all 6. You need the passage of 3 in between because 1 can only pass through 3, bringing the new life and polarity, the 4 dots in the corners living in both 6 and the polarity of 2, 5. They're the only 2 we need. When you have 5 and 6, you already know the opposites of 5 and 6 is 1 and 2. You know that the polars are run through 3 and 4, which is DC. So by running them through DC, it took 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 to equal to 3 to equal to 4 to create those polarities. That is the bar. The only thing you bar is your 66. And they told us in the game of craps, you bar it, but you can run with the other numbers. So that's the way I like to look at it. And the barring of the 66 will create the H and the I, which takes you to another story. We're not going to go there. So anyways, it is the number 14, which creates the DNA. Okay, so you create the DNA, and you can put AND, right? And that's number 19. Okay, number 19. And it's created by 3 times 4, 3 plus 4 equals to the 7th gateway of alpha beta of creation. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 equals to 10. That's your base creation. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's your base creation. After that, it is 5. 5 is the center. That's 6, 7, 8, 9. So you get 1 and 9, 10. You get 8 and 2, 10, 7 and 3, 10, 6 and 4, 10. 5 is your passage. 55 passage to the 7th gate. Highway 80 was exchanged. It'll become 66 and 86. Now, can we show this in artwork? We sure can. We can also show it on the cube. I'm going to show it to you. First of all, for those who've never seen the bricks before, these laying of the bricks, which is the sturdiest you can get when laying the bricks, will show you the I holds a complete brick above and below, as inside the I is the H, okay, holding the mortar. You see the mortar? The mortar is the H and the I, as well as the 2 bricks with the bar in between connecting. See, the I shows that 2 bricks are divided when 2 bricks come together. The H is showing, okay, the H is showing, okay, now I'm trying to see if we can see which way we're going to look at the H. I'm just trying to understand. Should I put the H this way? No, because then the whole house is different. I want to understand the H from the other perspective. If this was the H, this side and this side, This little bar isn't showing much. I might need to show a little dimension inside of this. I'm not sure. How can I do that? Can I do that? Should I go up with both of them? Because you know Moses, they put down the bricks, Moses. They were putting down all the bricks, you know. They created H and I, which is the 9th and the 8th letter, creating to 17. When you put the bricks together, you can see easily there's a 5 and a 2 coming together. What story? 2 times 5, 2 plus 5 equals to 10, equals to 7, equals to 17. The G. The GQJ, just give me a second. Need to have something to drink. Wow, go figure, eh? I know exactly what I want, and I'm assuming I know exactly where it is, but it is not where it is supposed to be. I am the only one here, and it is not where it is supposed to be. Wow. Wow. Wow, I cannot believe it. It's not where it's supposed to be, and I'm the only one here. So am I allowed to blame myself? Right? Am I allowed to blame myself? I want to know, should I blame myself? Of course. I put the blame on me. I did it. But I don't need to blame. I just have to know what I did and correct it. Correct it. I think you're supposed to turn this with a wooden spoon. Now, I'm going to tell you something. A little indigestion. I want to put a little water in here. Put a little incense. I'm going to come back and we're going to continue on. I don't want to look at this as work. I like to look at this as we're more than human. We're more than human. We have to know it. We have to believe it. We have to go down the grapevine. That grapevine is inside of us. It's not only inside of us. When we exalt with one another, understanding the truth, and don't forget, this is my belief. But when we understand the truth and we exalt ourselves together, we're powerful. And sharing it's hard to share what one understands about the relationship we have with this planet. And inside of us, somehow we've been removed. Just knowing, even if it sounds stupid, right? Even if it sounds unbelievable, well, guess what? We watch TV. We wish so many things would happen. How come it's not possible? How is it possible who we are to be? And how come nobody of all the great scientists can answer the one question? I am who I am. Who I am. Do I want to be like who I am? No, I do not. I do not want to be of who I am, who says I speak the word is unto you. I want to be better than who I am. Always striving to be better than who I am. I want to strive to the word, to know who I am. And I'm going to do those words right after. Who I am. Who art thou? You know, an art is the rat. And if you have many arts, you have artiste, or backwards, you have many rats. And rats is one of the planets, and it's one of the sun star planets, and that is RATSAT, the satellite rat. That's Saturn, Saturn's sun, the black sun. Okay, so what did I do? I want a little hot water here. I sort of want to feel the belly, but I don't want any more bread. You know, I just plugged this in. Check this out. I've got a light. See the light here? I got a light here and a light here, and I just plug it in here. I don't have to. I can stay lazy and not go underneath the desk and hit my head again. Okay. So before we start with numbers, I didn't create anything. I like to make up stories, and I'm going to get back to the piece of art. And whoa! The whole thing just turned on the ground, and I just spilled the whole thing on the floor. Just hold on a second. You couldn't be any more clumsier than me. How I once thought I was a smart guy, and a smart guy can't be clumsy. But I'll tell you one thing, the smarter you are, I think the more clumsier you are. That's why they call me the smart sass. Okay. Let me put in a little bit more water into here. And this. You know what's funny? I plugged my phone into the socket. I just figured out that the socket wasn't turned on. Go figure, eh? Okay. Just give me one more second to prepare. And hold on a second. I have to go and look. Come on, kitty cat. Come in the house. Okay. Back in the house. I hope I can remember what I was thinking. Oh, good. Shows me no one's on the screen. Let me take this down, what we did before. Don't save. Let me remove this over here. Let me put this down over here. There was one piece I was looking at. Hold on a second. Okay, that was it. Okay. Okay, we're going to get back to the bricks. So these are the bricks. This is what it says. It could be pillars. I don't know. I just got to do the artwork and try to figure out what's going on. Can it be ho, ho, ho? Can it be 11, 11, 11? Which way should I look at this, And what can I say for language? What words can I use for the color commentary, right? Very important, the color commentary. What color should I use when I outline it? What's going to bring depth? What's going to tell me a different story? And usually inside the bricks, there's holes, right? But I can't really make any holes in these bricks because all I can do is a line like that. I'm not allowed to touch the sides. There's rules in this. You can't touch the sides, right? So the only thing I can do is this. And this slot, okay, will, well, that was pretty weird, right? This one over here is pretty weird over here. See the way it goes out to here? But anyways, that means if that one brick goes out to there, wouldn't that mean I should be doing this to all the bricks? Did you notice what just happened to my H and my I? Everything just poof, changed. So these are all closed mouths. What is it going down? Is it inside? Are they pockets? Or should I now connect this one up over here? But what if we were making more bricks? What if I put a brick on top of a brick? Like, where should I have put the next brick? Usually I'm going to put the next brick here. And then I'm going to put the next brick here. And then I'm going to put the next brick here. Because Moses said so. Moses said so. Okay, and the Mo of Zeus. The words we speak. The art we draw. I want to go and finish this before I get back to the bricks. We want to see what's happening with these bricks, right? Should I have done this? Should I have done this? Or should I have put dimension? Every second brick added dimension to it. I have to see through the artwork. Got to see through the artwork. Okay, so you understood what happened to these bricks here, right? How they got bigger, how things happen and why they happen, how the number changes for when they happen. You see this in one dimension. Well, look at that, just one little square there, right? So we're going to put that one little square right over here. And then I'm going to do that and that, and that, boom. That's what that one square looks like. But what if that one square was that? And it was done like that. It went from rectangular to what is still the distance. Okay, you still see the distance. Okay, but now you see more of a complete formation of the totality of the size of this here. But you have to understand there is a great difference between this one and this one, although you don't see it. There are 4 of these here, and this is not the center. This only becomes the center when it shows up over here. It only becomes the center when it shows up over here. So now once you saw as the linear to where you see as a block, to where you now see as a cube or a block, to where you now see more as a linear, right? More as a linear, then like horizontal rather than the vertical that you now see. And the piece about what happens here is this goes right through the center of this. See, the distance here is all an illusion based on size. because it's the same. You see, the only difference is this is 3 levels high by 3 levels long by, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, it's what is 3 by 3 now becomes 4 by 4 with the added dimension to it. Although the corners here and here are cut off, creating that illusion. Where's my... creating the illusion, in which it's really not. You're actually using 3.5 by 3.5. Which is 12.25. We have to remember that number, okay? We have to remember that number. It equals to 17, 87, 71. Yeah, the end result of this one is 71 because it keeps repeating. So we're going to be, the end result of this one is 8. The end result of this one is 3. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 is 3 and 2, 5. 3 times 2, 3 plus 2 equals to 11. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 equals to 2 and 1, 3. So the end result will come back to 3 over here. The end result will come back to 8 over here. And in the game of Baccarat, 3 and 8 are special numbers that come together. I cannot explain. I just know it pops up in the game. I was just taking a look at this over here. If we use this as the stance of Roman numerals, okay, if we use this as 1 river dividing into 2. So 1 becomes 2, but it's still 1, but it's inside of 2. Is there more in one than the other? It depends which side the fish chose. What is this over here? 1, 1, 1, and 1. I put 1 bolt in between these 2 candles. I put 1 bolt here and 1 bolt here into these 2. I put 3 bolts. So I'm trying to understand why Roman numerals only goes up to 3. But you do have to remember the 4th one is on the other side, right? The 4th one is on the other side. Otherwise, we're supposed to put this one, and this one. You come from one side onto the other side. You're from minus to plus, depending on how you want to look at it. I'm not sure if Roman numerals are supposed to even be bent or if it's on a linear line. You want to go back to the bricks? Should we go back to... oh, yes, I was working on this piece. If you missed this from the beginning, I'm very, very sorry. Very, very sorry. Wow, there's so many things going on. I'm never sure what to do. I'm going to try and keep this piece short, what went on here. 36, okay, for me is everything. One of the things that comes about in 36, okay, 3 times 6, 3 plus 6 is 18 and 9, 27. Just leave it at 27. The alphabet reverse from A to Z, the 26th letter plus the first letter, 27. The in-between alphabet is 25 because we're not going to count, it's 24. We're not going to count these 2 letters, okay? We're not going to count the 2 letters. We're going to count what's in between. So understand that so far, okay? The I is the highest number. The 9 is the highest number, equaling to I, equaling to R. I'm trying to see wherever it is. What gets produced from the number 27 is red. This number, number 36, is our 360 degrees. I'm going to confirm that as a full circle, and this number creates a full circle that creates 99. 18 is 1 and 8 is 9. 99, okay, represents Jupiter. 89 represents the letters H and I. And when you get to H and I, if you're working on... Hold on a second. I'm a little backwards today. I'm always backwards, but it is what it is. I didn't want to do this one. I have a fancier one than this. I'm not going to do this one, but I'm going to remember this one for now. Just give me a second. I'm going to put this up here. Let me get in order. I'm going to get back to the bricks and explain the bricks. You want to know about monopoly, certain things about monopoly. Explain that over here. The letter N, what the letter N can do. I'm not going to go through that. That one over here. Okay, book one. Ah, I got it. I got it. Right over here. This is your Gematria Bridge. See the division of 1 and 1? When you create it properly, it shows you this design. I don't know what it means. We can make a meaning up for it. I know what it does in numbers. I know things overlap. Anything on a 45-degree angle overlaps. It also tells me something. It's a front line. It's a front line. It doesn't go forward. It goes sideways. Okay? It's a front line. What is a foxhole? Or is that just a foxhole, a place to hide? Okay? But I also look at it as a trench or a front line, so we have to understand. So here is what I'm talking is number 19. This is number 19. But it's also number 20. They're associated together, 19 and 20. I'm not even sure which way I should look at this. Because as you're going up, 676 equals to the total of 19. Okay? Total of 19. 676. This is the cap. There is no 20. There is no 20. It stops on 19. But it just so happens that this number, that this area, okay, in Gematria is the letter T. In the normal alphabet, okay, it is the 20th letter. Is there a possibility that once we reach the height of the 7th gate between what I was speaking before, between U-T-S, Stu-Art, something to do with the mouse. I know because they made a movie about it, and it is an angel. When S and T comes together, it says it is a 10 angel. It's a 10 angel. It's represented in a black star, and it's Saturn. Inside the word Saturn is rat. You also have the word sun. If I take this letter and this letter, okay, or sorry, this letter and this letter, I got SA. Okay, if I take this letter next, I get T. Okay, if I take this letter next, I got U. Then I take this letter R and this letter here, I got Saturn, the rat sun. I didn't say the ransom, I said the rat sun. We were also talking in here about 8 and 6. I'm so sorry that I ran off and I did something else. There's so much going on. What is the difference between 8 and 6 in one world and 8 and 6 in this world? Do you notice that 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? This is the 11 world. The other world is the 10 world, the 10 and the 11. The 10 and the 11, the difference, I'm going to have to jump around again. I'm going to show you the difference between the 10 world and the 11. The 1 over to 9 equaling 10. The 1 over to 10 equaling to 11. A, B, C, D equals J10, E, F equals to K11. J in the A family, K in the A family.
R in the A family, H in the A family, H in the A family automatically brings in I because of the design. Okay, then we have the J in the family, we have the K in the family. So for me, it's high joker is the A family for me. It's a high joker, Jafar. So here you have A, B, C, D, and here you have E and F. You have your total of 21. What is enveloped between here and here totalitizes the rest. What is 10 and before? What is 11 and above? And what's ironic about this, if you use 3 dice and a total of 18, what would you say the average was of the 3 dice? Would you say it would be the average of 9? Because 9 and 9 is 18, but there's 3 dice. Would you say the average was 6? Well, let me show you something. The maximum you can get with 3 dice is 18, but if there's a maximum, is there a minimum? And the minimum is 3. Whoop, let me not do it that way. Where is my stuff to remove it, though? God, I hate to not have it. Here it is. Yeah, it's 3. So that means there are, how many positions are missing? The position 1 and 2, there are 16. Okay, there's 16 is the diff number. You know what I'm saying? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Sweet 16 is the total number. So this is 3 and 9. So we're playing with 3 and 9. Okay, we're playing with 3 and 9. What would be the average? If it was a cube, it would be 3. If it was 3 cubes, sorry. Hold on a second. Hold on. I just want to get out what I just started. It doesn't matter. I don't want to get into that. I don't want to get into that other world. I want to finish one thing. I want to finish with red DNA 1 sun. I'll pick Neo. Oh, and the word in French for this is our. So it would be our sun. And this one would be AND instead of DNA. And this would be, instead of, it can be AN, right? But it's DER for red. Red and Neo. And their sun. 1 red sun is what they're calling for. Neo Anderson. This one is saying DC polarity. The DNA, okay, and the number 27, right? It's a combination. NA is connected to ER. I don't know if you look at Neanderthal or whatever it is inside of that, what that combination is. This one is created by number 13. This was created by number 36. We have to understand the creation of our numbers, where our numbers come from, and then what can happen to our numbers. Mathematically, the base of this number is this number. The base of this number is also this number. The base of this number is this number. And I'm going to show you where I go. I double up and I have things. 5 and 5 is 10. 1 and 0 is 1. 6 and 6 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. But when I do this situation, automatically this turns into a 73. Because when 1 is performing, okay, it's colluding with 6. It is the only true 7. It is the only creator of the 7th gate on a cube. There is no other like it. Imagine the 1 holds 5 pylons, and the 5 pylons connect into those 6 extracts. And in those 6 extracts, okay, that one pylon, okay, we have to understand that it's also erected into number 5. But look what happens inside number 5. You see the way there's 4 on this side? The one pylon returns into number 2. The one pylon is inside of number 2, the dots. Okay, there's a whole story going on. I have not dissected it all. I can figure out the basics of it. If I was looking at my calculator, 9, although there's 12, I don't want to talk about that. 12 is the beginning of the next sector. These 3 is like baggage. Where can I put these 3? So it's like baggage, okay, the baggage handler. So since it's like my calculator here, my ATM, except for the numbers are one way and the other way, well, I can here's the numbers the other way, right? If I put this on here, that means see number 3, if I put it here, no. If I put it here, yeah, it's exact. But if it was on my phone, right? If it was on my phone, yeah, I have to put it that way on my phone in order for the numbers. So we know that things are facing away from us on our phone, facing towards us on our calculator, right? Just by these little things that we take for granted. So we have 1 in the center with 8 all around. 9 is all. 7, 8, 9. Born into. You're born into through the 7th gate. You're born into the heaven of 1. How are you born into the heaven of 1? Here is 1 and 8. Know what's funny about that? 1 plus 1 equals to 2. 8 plus 8 equals to 16. 1 plus 6 equals to 7. So your greatest dimension ends up to being number 2 and 7, which is created by 3 by 6. 3 plus 6 equals to 18 equals to 09 equals to 27. So you have to know that your spirit has created your number 27. We have to know where the numbers come from, because it is within the numbers that come from in the words that create the letters, the R and the I. 99. That 99 comes to another word. That word is Jupiter, which comes to a mathematical situation. 9 times 9 equals to 81. Venus is number 81. 9 plus 9 equals to 18. The letter R is the 18th letter. 18 by 18 equals 324. 18 plus 18 equals to 36. We have 360 degrees that turns around, explaining the letters into the numbers, into the vibration, into 99 Jupiter. And then we're going to see what the flip side of 66 gives us. The flip side of 66, when we multiply it, it gives us 36. When we add it, it gives us 12. The word 48 is to the son of to buy and to sell and Pluto. BUI 25, 35, 45, 46, 48. 19, 24, and 24, 48. And Pluto 84 to buy and to sell. What is the 360? The 360 degrees that we turn around 4 times a day, giving us the 1440 minutes, times a 3-day cycle equaling to 432, the vibration, plus 1440 equals to 5760, which 5760 in the Hebrew time equals to the year 2000. And where else can we go with 66? A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. When you multiply it and add it, it equals to 6. It equals to 6, 6, 6. The dividing road is at 66 or 666. It is at 66 of Mars, and it becomes 666, the dividing roads of Earth. Dividing roads of Mars, if I was to bring this up to the angle of 234, and I brought this up to the angle of 34. So in DC comes my vibration. What are these two things? Well, I'm measuring to a 90-degree angle. Here, I'm going 900. But here, I'm only going to 90. Same thing. Same thing. I don't care what the zeros are. I really don't. 3466. Here we would get 19 running in the spirit. Here I would get 4 by 3 is 12 by 2. Here I would get 7 and 12, 19. Here I would get 24 and 9, 33. So I get the spirit of creation, 33. Just give me 1 second. You know, you can push the like button if there's 2 watching. What do you think? Leave me a comment. I am going to be taking a little sip of something in the kitchen. Oh, God. There's so many things going on. I just have to stay in proper order. What would I want? 61.8 would be good. Just 1 second. I'm going to come back. I'm not sure what I'm going to come up with. We'll take a look, but I came back here for my coffee cup just to put a little bit more hot water in it. Give me a minute. There's always seems to be 2, 5, 10, whatever the amount of people is. No one ever wants to say anything. Is there any way we can do this cognito? Don't be shy. Okay, so what's this? We're having trouble streaming to your destination. Possible RTM server URL stream invalid. Keep trying, let us know. And this one here says you're live. Okay. Okay. Coffee sucks. Okay, so let's continue on. I'm going to jump on to this one over here. Try to explain what the 7th gate is all about. Explaining the 7th gate, and then explaining the 7th gate through the artwork, and explaining the numbers through the relationships in the artwork, in which has been created by the Mayan, in which you can find online somewhere. And I should put up reference, but I don't. You got to do a little bit of your own homework. There's a lot of work going on here, a lot of thinking. Actually, there's not really much thinking. When you get the thought in your mind, you just go with the flow. You know what I'm saying? If it's rational, makes sense. I just like to get a little bit more focus, you know, in here sometimes, right? So you do know that when you're counting up to 7, you're only counting one side. Should I be counting both sides? Which brings into mind another equation. And I still didn't do the bricks. Hold on a second. Let me see where this equation is. Just give me a second. Tough catching up. I need a counter of books so I can open 20 pages at once so I can do the comparability. Yes, one of the pieces is right here. Okay, this is one of my calculations. Tell me if I'm wrong. From here to here, 2. I move 1, I move 1. From here, 1, 2, I move, 1, 2, I move. I took 2 steps plus the step. I stand here and here. So that's 3, 2 and 2. Here it's 3 and 3. Here it's 4 moves and 4 moves. But the reality is, what is the reality? It's 1, 2, 3, 4 by 4. There's a total of 16. I mark a total of 8 because my total of 8 is here. The reality is it's double that. And as I keep doing, I'm only going up by 2. But this is small numbers. We have to understand the reality of splitting things apart. So if I run up to 20, what does it actually mean? The square of this is going to be 10 by 10. So it'll be 5 times. Right? 10 by 10, right? But the outline with the perimeter will give me 11 by 11. 121 areas unless you're counting on the inside. Just basic understanding. Number 2 is what begins on the inside. Just remember that. Number 1 doesn't start on the inside. If you're doing it in this reality, 2 begins, 20 ends. The countdown, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is your countdown from here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Now, when you count down from 20, take a close look. The next one is 18. 1 and 8 is 9. You go 10, 9. So that works out. Then you go to 8, but it's not 8. It becomes 16. That is 7. Then you figure it would be number 7, but it's not. It's number 5. And then it's number 3. And then there's a division. The minute you come from 5 all the way down to 8, there is a separation between 8 and 14. There's a total of 6. The total's between 10, 11, and 12. Is that what that number is? I'm trying to figure out what number I should have been giving this on the way up. I didn't give it a number, so just let's leave that out. I think I left it blank, called them all 11s. I don't know why I called it 11s. Let's not look at it that way. I do know what I did with this. Okay, so when you count down in numbers, you're counting down from 10 over to 1, 1 plus 0, 1 and 0 plus 1. When you're counting from 20, you count to 11. There are now 2 1s. When you count down from 30, you count down to 21. There's 1 1, and then 41, and then 51, and then 61. So all countdowns start from the level above. I started walking, I'm on the level, I'm upstairs, and I'm going to go down the stairs. So the level stair that I am, I'm 10. 9 would be the first step. And then 8 would be 2 steps more. So we're going to get back into this piece over here. So once you reach 7, your 8 is where the spirit lies in the heaven. 6, 6, and 7 is 19. 6, 6, and 7 is 19. 8 comes to equal to number 27, another reflection of understanding number 27. Then over here we get number 36. 36 shows up in the birth. 3 times 6 equals 18. 1 plus 8 equals to 9. 3 plus 6 equals to 9. It tells you the exact mathematics and explanation. The creation is into 13. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 equals 3, and 4 is 7. That is a perfect explanation. Once you get ABC 66, it is the dividing of the 7th gate, where only number 4 and 4 multiplied and adding in the star system math. Well, multiplication and addition is basically all I use. And then you go down the line. When you come into the 9th month, in the first month of birth, that is Mars. Mars shows up. 9-6 rotation. 6, 7, 8, 9 in rotation.
of 27, the red sun birth, Neo Anderson. Why? The numbers. 6 plus 7 is 13, plus 8 is 21. You have the cube on each side. 9 is the birth for 30 creation. But when you add them all together, 6 and 6 is 12, plus 7 is 19, and 8 is 27. Plus 9 is 36. Plus 1 is 37, and that is your birth in Mars. Plus 2 is 9, 39. You become the angel of creation. 42, communication, division of the seventh gate. It comes in with 4. So we had 36, 37, 38, 39, 42, 46. DC connection to the moon. 46, 51, we're back into Mars. Moon and the Mars between 4 and 5. And those are the numeric values that bring the sun together. I'm just trying to think. 45. Is that where we get? Let me see. 36, 37, 39, 42, 46, 51. 57, the moon comes in. 64, 72, 81, Venus with the spirit. Anyways, but this is the scale I like to use. And then I like to use, again, this scale over here. When we connect our numbers, the last number that we can connect over here on this base, okay, see this base over here? This is not the greatest point. After 9, it becomes smaller again. So the greatest distance to create this triangle is right over here. The smallest distance is actually to create it with 1, but it leaves no area space. We need to open up the same area space as we've left after 9. See, crisscrossing from 9-1 or 9-2 over to 9-2 over here. And to create the replica can only go into number 27. Would you like to move this over and create the size difference between these two? This is going to give us our symmetry on how we're going to use these numbers. And I should redesign this again so I can become exact, because I'm not exact. You see this one over here, right, is using number 2 and number 9. That's your birth. This one over here is using 7 and 1. Sorry, it's using 7 in the gatehouse. I actually rather use it here, right? Is it the same size over here? Yeah, I think it's the same size here, which would be 7 and 1 and 7 and 1, and that would be the gateway to the heaven of Mars. 1 times 7, 1 plus 7 equals 7 and 8. 7 and 8 is 15 Mars, but to create the 1 and 7, you would have to create the H and I, which is the heaven's birth. Number 52, which would be 52, which would be the 1/4 of the heart of Earth. It would also be for the word Jack. It is a plugin. Where do we find the capital letter J? Where do we use the letter J's? What do we do in certain games? And what are the different rules in the games with these cards? So the high point in this one over here reaches number 2. So we reach 1 and 2. We reach 1 and 2. We reach 1 and 2. And we reach 9 at the extremity and 8 at the point. So 1 and 2 and 9 and 8 is the high creation. And then we get that star in between these numbers. And then what all the mathematics do on your dice cubes. Take 2. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3. 1 times 4, 1 plus 4. And find the numbers that are left over. Like number 5 and 6. 1 times 5, 1 plus 5 equals 5 and 6. 2 times 3, 2 plus 3 equals 5 and 6. 8 times 5, 8 plus 5 equals to 13 and 40 equaling to 53, which is the same as 35. So we have to balance all our numbers out and see what goes where, because the sea of 99 numbers is a lot different once you understand their positioning and how they're used once they're chip-chopped. And one of the ways to chip-chop everything is to singular it out, to double it up, to divide it by 3, to divvy it up again by 4. And once you divide by 4, instead of you having 2 or 2, you will now have 2 and 2, the mirrors of each other, or 3 and 3. This is everything. 6 is everything, because at the 7th gate, 6 and 1 here is the same understanding that once you get to the tip of the needle, there's nothing passing unless you pass through 8 into the 7th gate through 66, the passageway, one of the canals. 1987. Don't know what that means. The heavens pass to the spirit. We were speaking yesterday. No, I think I might want to finish off maybe with the bricks. No. We were speaking yesterday about, okay, before we go there, also know this, very important. This is a 20 by 20 inch board. Apparently the number of squares that you should be seeing is 169. This can also be used as the chessboard, and if it is chessboard, I divided it up as if I would have placed, hold on a second, let me see. As if I would have placed the king and the queen and the queen and the king. So then remove this angle over here, and I just took this and put it over here. And I took this and I put it over here. So it's either this one facing this one facing this one, but it's not all four. I set it up this way as the chessboard. When you see something in whole, it's not in whole. Don't look at it that way. It's just showing you the 4 ways you can turn the chessboard. That's all. So king and queen set up in this. Now, if this was the Monopoly board, then the Monopoly board is a 13 by 13 board, which equals to 168 plus 1. This is the hours in the week. 24 by 7 plus 1. This 1 turns everything into Earth, into the numeric value for the 3 by 3 Earth. What happens is there's a 48, 40, 32, 24, 16, 08, and 1. This 08 and 1 represented as number 18. 1.8 void. 2.7 void. 1 plus 1 equals to 2. 8 plus 8 equals to 16/7. Went up by 1, went down. 1 up, 1 down. 1, 8. Numeric value for the word 1 is 34 DC. It also is a representative of hot and cold, which is the representative of blue and red, which gets number 43 and 34 and 27 and 40. The numeric value for red is 27. The numeric value for blue is 40. The red pill or the blue pill. When it's blue, it's cold. When it's red, it's hot. When it's blue, it's a boy. When it's red or pink, it's a girl. 1 up, 1 down. 1 and 8 to the heaven's birth. 1 up, 1 down. 2 dot and 7 void. 2 plus 2 equals to 4. 7 plus 7 equals to 14/5. So it went from 7 to 5. We're now connecting this to the moon. Went from 2 to 4 into communication, division of the 7th gate. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4. Went to 2 and 4 from 7 to 5. I like to associate my numbers that way. Makes it easier. This becomes the moon. This is the dividing of the 7th gate. This becomes 12/13. The moon is what divides everything, and so is the 24. 2 times 4 equals to 8. 2 plus 4 equals to 6. 6 and 8. 3 and 3 is 6. The opposite, 4 and 4 is 8. They are the polarity of each other. 12 and 13. What the difference between 12 and 13 is they create 1 and 2, 3. 1 and 3, 4. They become the polarity. This number 24, if I go back in numbers, let me see. If I go back in numbers, 24, I don't want to do it that way. What happens in number 24 on the grid?
2 and 4 on the grid, 4 and 2 on the grid. It divides through 6. Okay. I can use other numbers like, I don't know, what's another number of 2 and 4? Same housing, same kind of design, 2 and 4, 1 and 3. 1 and 3. Okay. And there you go. What's another number between 2 and 4 and 1 and 3? Hold on a second. The polarities, right? These are polarities because if you notice, right, it's 4 and 3 is 7, 4 and 3 is 7, right? 3 and 1 is 4, 3 and 1 is 4. Did I get that right? 3 and 4 is 7, 3 and 4 is 7. Now 5 and 2. So I'm going to put 5. No, I don't want to get 5 and 2. I want to get 5 and 5 and 3. I'm going to go here. 3, 1, 2, 3, and 3 and 5. And 3 and 5 pull me right over here. 3 and 5 pull me through number 8. Now the reverse of 3 and 5 is the reverse of 3 and 5. I want to take this one away for now. The reverse of 3 and 5 is 4 and 2. So I'm going to go to 4 and 2 and 2 and 4. Okay. And if you take a look, I think I just got the same thing as before. That is what it's going to create. That is its polarity. So that is its angle that it'll take. How about 6 and 2? Check this out. 6, 2 and 6, 6 and 2 will be the polarity of 1 and 5. So 1 and 5 and 5, and, hold on, 5 and 1. Oh, here it is. So look at that. Look at that, eh? Look at that, eh? How perfect is that? So now we can see where the division is coming. We can understand and try to hope we can learn what this division is. Now let's take one a little bit deeper. Let's go this a little bit deeper. Did we do 2 and 6? No, we did. Yes, we did 2 and 6. We did 5 and 1. Did we do, we did 3 and 5. We didn't do 4 and 4, did we? So if we went 4 and 4, I would go 4 and 4 over here. And I would go 3 and 3 over here. Isn't that perfect? Eh? Doesn't that show the polarity, the division? 3 and 3 and 4 and 4 gave me the 6 and 8. Perfect division. Absolutely perfect division. You couldn't ask any better than 6 and 8 dividing everything. We couldn't ask for it any different that when we went into number 9 into this design and through number 7, that the 8 was again the divider. The 8 became the divider all the way up to where we have to understand here between 3 and 4, where the point came out. You see, the point comes out between 2, 3 creation. And I should have this number 9 down here, right? And I have to understand why I don't have this point over here. Should I recreate this design to see if I can extend this point over here? What would happen if I brought this point over here? What will happen to the rest of my design? See, I'm already fully extended 9 into 9. So if I pull this one down here, this one will be more towards the center. Let me try and see if I can not damage the back. So we have 4 and 5, and that's the numeric value of the sun. We have 3, which is part of creation, okay, which is all creation of alpha, beta. Down here, we are pointed at the 7th gate, and we are pointed at number 2. Those are the 2 we have to be at, okay? One of the reasons, because the 1 roll is played inside the 3, is played inside the 5, and is played again inside the 9. So it is played inside and outside. The dividing of the 7th gate is 8, 4, 5, 8. So 8, 9, 8. I'm just trying to understand the partakers in all of this is 1 and 5 and 1 through 5. 5 here and 1 all the way to 5 and 1, right? So 5 and 1 is not partaking. We have to understand that the 33 of mass times the 47 of time equals to 1551 or 66, the passing route from Mars to Earth. Freedom 66. Jupiter pass. The golden pass through the moon. What is happening with the numbers? Do you follow what I'm saying? We have 5 1 4 1 3 1 2 1 1 1 1 1 2 1 3 1 4 1. So 4 and 1 will create 4 and 5, right? 1 times 4 1 plus 4 creates 4 and 5. So these are dealt with. 1 times 3 1 plus 3 will create 3 and 4. So those are dealt with. We have the 6 is a split. With 6 and 1 is a split, and that is the spirit of 76. As well, 6 and 1 is the church, and 6 and 1 is also the polarity from 3 and 4. 3.5, by the way, is the halfway point. 3.5 is the halfway point. 1.5, 0.5, 2.5 plus 0.5. 3 minus 0.5, 4, no, 3 plus 0.5, 4 minus 0.5 equals to 3.5. 1.5, 6 minus 1.5 equals to, no, 5 minus 1.5 equals 3.5. 2 plus 1.5 equals 3.5. 1 and 6 minus and plus 2.5. So I'm going to explain to you this right here in bigger numbers. I'd like to just rip this all out and do this again, but I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you here. 6 minus 2.5, which is Earth, minus the heart of Earth, equals to 3.5. 1 plus 2.5, adding the heart of Earth, equals to 3.5. 5 minus 2.5 equaling to equaling minus 1.5 equaling to 3.5. Electric company equaling to Mars. 2 plus 1.5 equals 3.5. Electric company waterworks, where all the exchanges, it happens in the water, my friends. It happens in the water, my friends. Water is the spirit of 76. Then we get 3 plus 0.5 and 4 minus 0.5 equaling 3.5. So that's where the harmonic takes its place right over here, right into these numbers. And this all comes off to where this dice cube numbers are absolutely perfect. We don't need any more than 6. Hold on a second. We have to use everything. Everything is understood. Everything must be understood. And then I'm just going to make myself a nice spicy tea. I need to make myself a tea. Just give me a minute. Take the pleasure in doing things right. You know? We have the right to make a decision if it's just for ourselves. No one can tell us it is selfish if we're not harming anybody. Nobody. Be back in a minute. making a little bit of tea there. May as well let him warm up the whole thing, eh? Give me a second. Need some good tea. I just hope, I like, they say water, water, water. I understand. I like my tea, Oh, these green oats. Little bit of green oats. Yeah. Okay, where are we? Hold on a second. Okay, what can we do next? I want to go back to the bricks. I also want to go back to the ABC calculation. Neo Anderson. So we saw how we came to number 36 before. I wish I should write these down all in order, everything that comes to 36. Well, we saw it already. And the result is IR. And you do have to understand that the ninth position is valued at 35 to 1. When we create dots, okay, when I create the dimension, okay, and I create 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, that is my dimension of the seventh gate. That's my dimension. That's my dimension of the seventh gate of 360 degrees, okay, which is noted, okay, to be of 6 points with a flat side, okay, of 9 and 9 and 9 dots possible, with a minimum of A1, B2, C3 dots, occupying C, void AB, because inside of A and B is C. So C occupies what two sides occupy into creating the polarity of 4, which is then joined inside of 6, inside the half-life, and inside of 5, the quarter. We have 6, we have 5. This is number 5. If we were to scale this out, we can scale it out this way. Where number 5 owns 1 of 3 of 1 of 3 of 1 of 3 of 1 of 3. Where in the 3, here, here, and here, it is also these 3 and these 2. Sorry, I'm not holding the camera in the right place. I'm very, very sorry. Should I show that again? Inside, okay, let me re-explain this. Okay, here is the basic center area of a single dot. We're going to work in cells, okay? That is a single dot. But it is in the center of all these dots here. It's an occupant of this corner, or it is an occupant of this corner, or it is an occupant of this corner, or an occupant of this corner. So it's taking up 4, 2, 1, 2. How many times? You can do it once, twice, 3. You can do it 4 times 1 and 2. I mean 3 and 1. 4 times 3 and 1. I can't even explain it. Do you understand what's going on here? So this center area, okay, is occupying all these areas. So if we put it on a bigger grill, which is easier for me, this grill over here, what is happening is this. Here is a 9 where we get 8 and 1, 1, 1, and 1. The 5 area is occupying. So although there are 9 total areas, either this one or this one or this one or this one, 5 comes in and begins to occupy 4 areas, 1 each, leaving 1 and 8 left over. That is one of the scenarios. At the same time, this is the Mars dimension. So we can also put a Mars dimension here, and that same dimension can be placed here, and that same dimension can be placed here. So there are 4 areas for this one thing: 4, 8, 12, 16, and then the 17th is in the center. Remember, 4 go over here, and then I move it to 4 over here. And then I move it to 4 over here, and then I move it to 4 over here. There's 4 positions: 4, 8, 12, 16, plus the 1 position that occupies all the positions. How things can possibly work, how they are built. Here we did the, see, this one in the center is not needed. We need 1, 2, 3. We need 1, 2, 3. These 3, let me do it. We need, why did I do here? I'm going to do it there. We need these 3, and I need these 3. Maybe the cube is an awkward way to show, but this is what's going to create an alternate image or a design. I'm not sure if you can actually see it, that it's already pointed. The angle is already pointed to go that way, right? There's an angle on it, and it's going that way. So if we continue to create this, I like to call these the delta angles, and that's the way I create them. And then we join the alternate suit, and we have joined them together. And then we can just leave the dot pass in the center of the 2, which is bonded over here. So I like to call that the delta angle. I feel like I'm running out of steam. We haven't done this yet. Should I do it in the same direction, that way, or should I do it that way? Let's see what happens. We come here, we run it this way, and should I run it all the way up? So that's what happens at the bottom. trying to see what's happening at the bottom, what's happening with this whole design. So for those who don't know, these are bricks. They create the H and the I like we've seen earlier. And there's a mystic design that's going on. There's numbers and letters, H and I, that both create the supersonic number 17. We just spoke about that number 17. Understands what is the 4x9 36. And what we're basing this planet on is number 36, where 36 comes from. Remember that the 4 area is Mars. The singular area is what will be used to create Earth. And what we'll do is we'll separate with the single area. I'm not sure if we can use a single area for each, but I'll separate it. I'm not sure if I should do it this way for Mars. I'm just taking a look at something. Just taking a look at something. So usually I do it this way. And that one block can pass everywhere. So as the one block passes everywhere, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. And now this becomes that area that is in the center. This becomes a 9 block. By putting in this division, I create a 9 block. This is a shared 9 block. These two will be a shared 9 block. They share 2 areas. Sorry, they share 3 areas. 1, 2, 3. They share, okay, the center area over here. And that's it. So this and this share 3. These two only share 1. These two only share 1. They share this one over here. If I moved this one forward, it would take up all of this, and this one it would take up. And if I move this one forward, it would take all of this and this one. So these two would only share 1 and 1, 3 and 3. Where else can I go? Where else haven't I been? Now we're in 47 minutes in. We have Neo Anderson. We went over Neo Anderson, one red sun DNA. Did we go over number 11 yet? Okay, I want to re-go over the ABC. And then we're going to call it quits until I see at least one question. I haven't seen one question yet. Let me see. I just want to do something here. No. What is this? Hold on a second. I want to see something. I'm looking for a specific picture, and look at my screen. Just goes down sometimes. I don't know why. I'm gonna have to call the studio. I'm looking for a specific picture. Hold on a second. MAY. Oh, here it is. Okay. Okay, I want you to take a look up in the, wow, it's only in the center so you can see me pointing. That's good. Take a look up over here. Can you see here? Number 52, like the bricks, you know? And I made that specific design because I have another design like that, and it shows up in the Star of David. And in another one, right over here, it says the word end, you know? And if you take a look, right, if it was spinning, you can see the different levels. One here, one here, one here. This is in the background because it's chopped off. If you see the whole thing, it's not chopped off or it's chopped off. Yeah, so so here, A, B, A, B, C. Now the question is, when we're doing A, B, C, should I be running a line this way? You remember I always do gematria upwards, but how do I not know it's downwards? And I have a couple of designs where the alphabet goes down instead of up, right? So A, B, C, and so we got A, B, C, then we have A, B, C, D, E, D. Hold on a second. A. You know, and the question is, if you're marking A, why shouldn't I mark A over here? And when I mark B, I can mark B here. And I mark C, I can mark C over here. And I mark D, I can mark D over here. A, B, C, D. I'm not sure where I should put E yet. We have to understand what E is and what E does in designs and artwork, and I'm not sure if I can explain it right now. I don't know if I did this already. 1 and 10, 2 and 8, 3 and 7, 4 and 6. And what happens at the 5 area? What is actually happening? We cannot get 5 and 5, 10. But we're getting 5, 1, 5, 1. This tells us about Mars. What if I made it to 11, right? What if I went 11 over to 1? Well, that would be 2 and 1, right? Where is that? I just want to see where that one image. Here's another way if you want to look at it. What this is I'm not sure if I should have did it this way or I should have did it with 20. You see, here's 53 and here's 26. 5 and 2, 7. Did I get this right? 53 and 35. 26 and 62. 17 and 71. 8 and 80. I could not put 89 and 98 because 98 and 89 are inside of 17. 9 and 8 is 17 equals to 8. The thing about 98, it's created from number 18. 17 and 18 are coming from the same family. 17 and 18. Remember, everything with 1, 2, and 3 in it, they're all joined together. You must join 1, 2, and 3. After that, okay, is the house of 4, which is joined. House of 4 joins after that. In 4 is all. 4 and 10, at the beginning of everything. 4 is like everything. So we have the passage door of 44. Because I'm not this side, I'm not that side, I'm 44. Here we have another number. We have something a little bit different. Okay, because here we have 56, 65. Should we have left an open space here and no open space? Because there is no space to go 44. But there is a 1 space to go between 5 and 6. 6 and 5, 5 and 6. So the difference between 8 and 11. So we want to go to another number, right? And outside of this house is this. So I have a question to ask myself. Should this have been inside here? Should I have started with 11? But it's not 11 and 11. That would be 22. 121, 121, 121. All of them. I couldn't create 121 over here. I couldn't create it. So I wasn't sure how to do it. So the design had to come up with 2 areas here where 2 and 11 and 20 and 8 and 9 had to come over here. Why was there a singular area space here? But hold on a second. Why in this one do I have a complete area space with a line in it? And here I have a void. because there's only a half space. So it's showing me that if there's only a half space, right, should I have stuck them together and shown no space at all? Should I have just done that instead of that? I'm not sure. I have to think about it. And should I have done this way? Or should I have, because in between here and here is what? Well, it's 3.5 and it's 7.5. 3.5, 7.5. The energy of space is passing right here. And this is where creation of time begins. And here's the student, here's the birth. So this one over here wouldn't have looked that way. 11 would have looked like, this would have been 11. And this would have been 2 and 20. This would be 11. And this would be 2 and 20. 2, 11, 20. The difference is 9 and 9. The difference is 9 all the way up. So what would be after this? So where would this actually fit? Should I have been like that? I think I like this better. But there's a whole difference of, well, there's a difference of 9 in between here too. So I have to understand a little bit more about this, but this is a basic understanding of just one formation of some sort. So anyways, this is what bowling looks like. I cannot get to an E. Oh, look, A, B, C, D, right? So if I flip this upside down, D, if I put D, I don't want to put D. Maybe I should have put A, B, C, D, right? Maybe I should have put. See, I can't think the other way. A, B, C, D, C, B, A. So that I would have E, F, G. So now I got my 7. I don't have my 9. So if I want to go to 9, I'd have to go H, I, J. That's my 10. So I would have to recreate something to understand what's going on over here. But in this scenario, okay, we would have 10 as the way in, plus the E world. We would have a total of 15 entering to Mars, plus F equaling to 21 the cube. 7 equals to 28 the cycle. H is 36. So when we reach heaven, this is when I and R join. But I'm a little bit tired right now. I want to thank you for watching, participating, trying to understand. I'm all over the place. We're going to get this in order one day. Raphael, comments. Oh boy, yeah, nobody left any comments. That's okay. I had a trouble streaming to one place, but that's okay. I'll fix that up. Thank you for watching this video. Peace.